here. Today I just thought I would share with you some cards that I've made. They're going in the mail soon, so I figured I'd better do a video before I do that. And the first one here may look familiar. Well, actually they'll all look familiar if you follow my blog, because I post all my cards on my blog as I make them. And this one, I may have showed a picture, I'm not sure, on my YouTube, but I made this last year for a friend who bought a house. And yeah, I'm just mailing it now. I'm really bad for doing that. I am sorry. If you're waiting for a thank you card from me, I'm really sorry. I am so late at doing things like that. And my goal this year is to mail off thank you cards right away. So anyway, like I said, this is for my friend who bought a house. So I got this from the paper pack, and I colored up a Pure Innocence image. I think they're so cute. And I colored her with my Copics, and then I paper pieced her skirt and her blazer. And I like to add shading to my paper piecing because it just makes it look like part of the image. And then I added a little key, a little charm here, because I thought that was fitting for buying a new home. And then this paper here for the fence, this was a die cut that I had cut out. And this is really old paper, but I really like it because it looks aged. It looks like it's all crackled, and I thought that was neat on the fence. And then the inside, here is the inside, and this is also from the paper pack. And then my recipe card, I just inked it up. So that's my first one. So my next card here is another Pure Innocence image, and I colored her up with my Copics, and then I paper pieced her dress, and then in her hair was a little barrette, and I colored it blue, and I didn't like the color with her dress, so what I did to cover it up was I used one of these jewel hearts in her hair, and I think that turned out cute. And actually, this was a MFT sketch challenge, and one of my goals this year, besides sending thank you cards off in time, is to follow some more sketches and do some challenges. I think it's really neat to see how many people come up with different ways to use the same sketch. I think that's really cool. So I thought I would join in on that and just use some paper pack and then a stamp, and then I added a little piece of twine here because they had a bow drawn there in their sketch. And then here is the inside. Oh, I never put a recipe card there. I usually put a recipe card, but I never did that one. And so there is my second card. And then my third card is a CC Design image. And this card, believe it or not, took me an hour to do. And you think, oh, that's fast. But it really wasn't, because I had colored her up for Sybil's one challenge. She had a challenge on making a card, I think it was to represent your favorite season. And I got ahead of myself because I was going to do a card for each season because I love something about each season, and I didn't make the deadline for any of them. So that was a fail. But I had her colored up already, and I had the tree cut out already, and I also had this little scallop circle cut out from a different card. So if you figure out everything was more or less done, and it still took me an hour to make this card, that's a little pathetic, but it takes me forever to do anything. And when I was playing around with how I wanted this layout to be, and once I put the little scalloped black circle behind there, I thought, oh, if I had some yellow paper, that would be neat. And in the paper pack, it had like this circle behind it, and I thought that was perfect. Look at it, it fits really nice. So everything kind of fell together nicely for this card. And then here is the inside, and that says "Find Joy Every Day." I like that. So there is that card. And then my last card, I just put it together, and I love how it turned out. My friend Becky, she sent me a nice little gift, a Happy Mail, and in there was this paper pack, and I thought, oh, I want to use that somehow. And then I remembered I had this stamp that I haven't stamped up or colored yet, and I'm like, oh, I love her. I want to do like a steampunk edgy kind of card. So I really like how it turned out. And again, I colored her up with my Copics. And then I embossed the little gear here, and I embossed around the little mask as well. So I like how that turned out. And then you open it up, and here's some more paper from the stack that Becky gave me, and then I just grunged up the recipe card. So that is my fourth card. So here are my cards I thought I would share with you. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me, and I hope you had a very creative day, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye now.